Do you genuinely do things for other people without expecting anything in return? Do you create value for other people because you love to do it? But do you do it at your own expense? Do you do it at your own expense? That's what I want to talk about real quickly, briefly in this video, because I'm having some breakthroughs in my life, and I want to share some stuff with you. I'm in my office right now, chilling on this nice lounge chair, working on the laptop. But anyways, I want to tell you a story about something I'm learning and see if this is really designed, because I want to know in the comments below what you think. And so, have you ever gotten an epiphany or an idea? Like, oh, but instead of going and implementing it for yourself to generate more success for yourself, maybe you pick up the phone and you've got to share it with somebody to help them. Or maybe you have a beautiful artistic idea, so you go out and you create art for somebody else for their benefit instead of doing it for yourself. Maybe you go help somebody else. Just on and on and on and on and on. Always doing things for other people, bending over backwards and being a people pleaser. But when it comes time to do something for yourself, you can't do it because maybe you're, if you're anything like me, I was, for some weird reason, brainwashed growing up as I'm selfish person. How dare you do that for yourself? You should give that to somebody else. Well, I noticed that this type of behavior can hold up your success in your life. It was holding up my success a lot. I loved creating videos and like just any opportunity I could, just for an example, to bring my camera and do a free photo shoot for someone and sit there for hours editing the photos to give it to them to make them feel good, or creating videos for other people, or helping somebody with their business, or going to get like just on and on and on, to the point where I was getting in these serious arguments with my own wife because I was helping everybody except for us, in our household, our family. And I was like, but I want to help people. And to get a little personal here, it got to the point. I love my wife, dude. She's smart, very smart. She's screaming at me in the kitchen, cussing at me. She got this frustrated with me, saying, why that's this person and this person and this person. You're helping all these people, and all these fucking people are fucking getting rich. And what about us? What about us? But I was like, but I just want to help them. I don't care if they're fucking making more money or getting rich. I love helping people. She's like, you're fucked up in the head. My buddy Rob, I got lunch with him and he had these horrible sniffles. And now I got it. But anyways. So it got so incredibly bad that I was like, wait a second. My wife had insisted that, and then again, I'm telling a story about myself in hopes to maybe create some transformation for you. That my wife was insisting that people were taking advantage of me, taking advantage of my gifts and my talents and my skills. And so, and I never wanted to look at it that way, right? Because I didn't want to be selfish. But I started to notice that other people were benefiting so much off of everything that I was, not that I'm some genius or something, but I really believe I have just incredible insights. But anyways, I wasn't getting anything in return. I'm not the type of person to ever ask people for things. I'm always a giver. So I've turned that around in the past 90 days. And and here's the lesson. When an idea comes up, oh, that's genius. Don't get on the phone and start telling people. Implement it for yourself. When you get an amazing message, maybe you're watching YouTube or something, you're reading a book, I don't know, and some amazing epiphany comes to you. Instead of not accepting it for yourself and integrating it and internalizing it and going, oh, okay, that one was for me. That one was for me. Maybe you're giving it away to people. Every gift that comes your way, you're just flipping it and giving it to somebody instead of accepting that, hey, maybe that one was for you. If you get a good piece of information, instead of picking up the phone and telling somebody about it, just take a minute and integrate it and say, you know what? That was meant just for me to hear that. Now let me accept that and digest that and integrate that into my life. So we get these impulses to, this may not be you, but we get these impulses to skip over these beautiful golden nuggets that are right in front of us and designed for our success. And we drug ourselves with interruptions and distractions and things. And I think it's important to, maybe shut your phone off, block people if you have to, even people close to you. Unplug and uninstall all your social media platforms, and really, really think about all the blessing you have. And then when things come your way, integrate it into your own life, your own business, your own family. And it's okay to be selfish. I think it's a healthy form of selfishness. And there was a time in my life in the past I was so incredibly selfish that my whole life fell apart. So I always said, you know what? If I ever become successful, I'll always be a giver, But I think that there should be a time in your life where you become incredibly selfish, and really, really focus on your own success to get yourself to the next level. If you're going to break through, it's going to take a tremendous amount of focus, and then in the future you can become selfless again. There's a very limited amount of time, and time keeps flying by. So I think that really, really buckling down and getting crystal clear about what your values are and how you're going to bring value to not only other people, but to yourself and to your family and things like that. Because people will walk on you. It's human nature. They will take advantage of you, walk all over you. They'll take all of your gifts and blessings for granted. And you'll end up empty-handed if you're not very clear in the difference of what is a gift, or if you're doing something to expect something in return, and you shouldn't. But in the world that we live in, the world of commerce and everybody scratching at each other for a buck, you got to get really clear about healthy boundaries. So I'm learning this. I just wanted to share this with you. I noticed that I've been making some decisions lately in my life that have generated in a significant amount of success, financial success as well. And it's because I started getting crystal clear about my own value and saying, you know what? I'm valuable. I've put in the hard work. Think about that. You've put in the hard work. You've put in the effort. You've done your due diligence. You've worked your knuckles to the bone. And you've really, really worked your ass off. And now it's time that you start getting compensated for your time, for your energy, for your... there's a fine balance there, because your intention has to be right. It's a fine balance. Because if you feel I deserve these things, there's a difference between like an egoic feeling of deserving and then a really deep knowing. If you even feel like I deserve this, then you're not ready for it. Or if you feel like you're reaching for something and you want it so bad, you're not ready for it. It's something that's just the next logical step, and you just walk into it. When you've arrived, it's kind of like what that's saying here. I'll sum it up. You'll have all those things when those things no longer matter. It's just normal to you. If you feel like you're reaching or stressing, or then you're not ready yet. But it's important. I like that saying Tony Robbins says, like, you feel like you're hanging from a rope. He's like, well, why don't you put that thing down and come over here? A lot of our self-limiting beliefs stop us. So, so being a people pleaser and always picking up the phone for people and being at people's beck and call, especially clients, and running to try to make people happy so they'll think you're a good person or they'll like you, is just a surefire way to just burn yourself into the ground, because a lot of times you're not going to get the recognition or good feelings that you hoped you would get. So it's about high time you get really crystal clear about your life's purpose and the definition of that purpose and the modality in which you will execute on making that purpose happen, what you will and will not tolerate from other people, things like that. Okay, I'm getting back to work, my friend, and peace out. I wish you the best.